first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Return from middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Saints had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Winston to give. It's Kamara. A stop made defensively by Mike Edwards. The Bucs and Saints expected to possibly be the two to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last 2 seasons in the regular season. But remember, when Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did defeat New Orleans en route to that title. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss.
Same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball.
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that already.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 7, Winston. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Levante David in on the tackle.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive and a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. They keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. The LSU man Leonard Fournette, born right here in New Orleans. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Again, it's Fournette. And he's got some space here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out and fight. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown, and the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. but I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple.
That was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go. The football led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Brady now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now Landry. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
2nd and 8 coming up. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Winston to throw it this time. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing, Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. And He'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Fournette once more on second down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brady. A pass underneath for Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. He had the start to a season a week ago that everybody wants to have. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Can he do it a second time?
He can. He absolutely positively can because of his skill set. When people adjust to him, he has a great ability to adjust himself and make them continue to chase him throughout the game.
From the 39, Brady. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And some room to work. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Flush. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up the 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Now a play fake. Brady. 20. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
To throw again on second down. Brady. Evans has it left side. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 2nd down, back to Fournette. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 56.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
No, 56.
So after the INT, it's Brady. This is caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Chris Godwin. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Brady going to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Saints 17.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Opportunities as a rookie were limited for Joe Tryon-Shoyinka in a deep Tampa defense, but he still picked up 4 sacks and made 6 starts in 2021, and there should be more to come in 2022 and beyond.
Third and long for Winston. He completes it to Olave. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. On the counter, here's Kamara. And some room to run now. And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 7-yard line. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal, pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
Something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there, shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority
1. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady. And this one caught by Cameron Brate.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Brady's throw complete. And he lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On play action, Winston. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Yards on the play. Complete to Chris Olave. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. That's the end.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll go with the keeper, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into it. And, oh, that is going to be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try to buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations? In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And space tough to come by there as he'll give maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
They go play action. Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Alonso looked to add the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And Brady, the tight end's got it. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. To about the 35, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watched him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Looking downfield for Jones. This is intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a handoff up the middle. Benjamin. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 9 yards back on the run there. They're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, Winston. Here's Johnson with a reception. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. Benjamin. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run again with Benjamin. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Benjamin, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Brady. He completes it to Evans. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now Brady. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. Back to throw. Looking deep downfield. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks, because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for New Orleans, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. So that style not for you, but it's for me.
Greenfield's finest.